Alright farmers, welcome back to the channel. So today we've got some new mods. Right, first the updates. We got an update for the decorative details pack. This is by Triangle Trouble, 11.36 megabyte on download. In the changelog for that, it's got added 21 new items. Added that pack was big already. More realistic pricing. Most objects are more expensive now. Deactivated leveling for some objects. Adjusted icon and description to changes. We've also got an update to the sugar beet processing plant by Vertex Design, 6.95 megabyte on the download. In the changelog for that, it's got activated occluder mesh and LOD system again. More emphasis on the again, I'd imagine, with that one. And the last update for today is the Brantner TR3800. This is by Agra Modding, 4.96 megabyte on the download. And in the changelog for that, it's got decal fixed and fixed capacity. There is also 2 new maps out today. When I say is, yeah, when I checked, there was 2 new maps out for all platforms. Now there's only 1 new map out for all platforms and 1 for PC and Mac only. The one for PC and Mac only is Kreebach. This is by Durjogi, 250.11 megabyte on the download. And it was on the crossplay mods section, so I don't know what's gone on with that one. That seems really strange that it's been taken down. Anyway, the map that has come out for all platforms is gonna be a fan favorite because this is the first map that I ever played on. This is Goldcrest Valley 22. Obviously I first started playing this game on 17 and this is the first map I really got to enjoy. So this is 140.18 megabyte on the download, and this is by, I'm going to probably get this wrong, Solo Bookie. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. Anyway, if you've played on 19, because it came out on that and it came out on 17, you'll obviously be fully aware of what this map is all about, but we'll take a look at that in another video, see if anything's changed. And our first mod we've got for today is the Biomass Power Plant. This is by Vertex Design, 5.11 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find this in the construction menu. So we'll go into there and under productions and factories, so we'll scroll along to find it. There we are. 160 grand to put down, and you're going to be using straw and wood chip, which is a bit of a difference. So your production chain menu there we are. So wood chip 750 in gives you 131 electricity out, and then 1500 straw in gives you 131 electricity as well. Now obviously you're not going to be able to fill up your electric tractor if you've got one. It is just going to sell it straight off. But that being said, I mean, if you're not doing any sort of animals and you've got like wheat, barley and oats that produce straw off the field, this could be a nice little learner for you. Obviously you load into there. It says as well it does take bales, which is good. Very nice. And then obviously if you have got it on your farm, a little bit of storage under there for you. Get inside, turn the lights on. I like that. It's a different approach to it. Obviously, you know, biogas plants and whatever take the usual manure, slurry, that sort of thing. But this taking wood chips and straw, this is more on the biogas heating plant sort of style thing. That's very nice. I like that. Right, next up is the Hardy Mega 2200. This is by Didec96, 13.62 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it on the sprayers. Now this has got a 2200 litre capacity, 24 metre working width and a 10 mile an hour working speed, 35 grand. Now, the one thing I do like about this, I'm going to call it the backpack sprayer because it looks like a bit of a backpack and it hooks straight on the back of your tractor. We've already got one of these in the game, sort of. If we go back along there you are, the Mega 1200, that's 34.5 grand with a 1200 litre capacity. Same working width, 7 mile an hour working speed. And this new one, obviously it's got 1,000 litres more that you can hold in it, 24 metre working width the same, but it does 10 mile an hour. That's loads better. Obviously if you're into your backpack style sprayer, that's brilliant. Right, next up is the Amazon ZGTS 10,001/2. This is by Fib7, 3.99 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under fertilizer spreaders. So this has got an 18,500 litre capacity, 42 metre working width. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Get it sprayed out big style. 11 mile an hour working speed, 85 grand to buy. The options you've got there are wheels and tyres, usual shenanigans. Then you change the main colour. We'll go with blue. We'll do the design colour in red. Changes the top cover. And then the rim colour obviously does the rims. 18,500 litre capacity, 42 metre working width. You can't say wrong with that, I tell you. 42 metres. Brilliant. And we go from something massive to something tiny. Oh dear, oh dear. This is the Lizard Tilling Set 2.1. 48 horsepower from your tractor, 2.1 metre working width. We've just gone from 48 metres to 2.1. It's like the complete opposite of the spectrum. Dear oh dear. Right, this is going to run at 9 mile an hour. It's going to cost you 1.5 grand to buy it. The options you've got are new or used. So you can have a new one for 1,500 or a battered one for 700. Interesting. And you go for it if that's the sort of thing you're into, but 2.1. And then to follow up with the 2.1, we got a 3 metre. Oh, it's two in a row. Two in a row that are tiny. This is a Lizard Cultivator. This is by Puzzcap, 6.47 megabyte on the download. Requires 75 horsepower from your tractor, 3 metres. Oh, why have we gone from 48 metres to a 2.1 and a 3? What's going on? 9 mile an hour working speed, 3,850 to buy. The options you've got there are roller, no, or yes. Change the main colour. We'll do a red. Change the design colour. We'll go for blue. And that's your options. 3 metre. Right, and off the back of the mod that got dropped on Saturday, this is another one from Parade. This is the Compact Sem by Niku 55, 5.66 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under Cultivators. So this is going to require 80 horsepower from your tractor. 6 metre. That's better. 6 metre. 8 mile an hour working speed. 16,450 to buy. You're going to need that to do it all. Oh, that's alright, that is. I mean, that's a lot better than the 2.1 and the 3 metre we've seen, since all three of those are cultivators. Like it that it folds down as well. That means you can get through narrow gates. Very nice. Right, next up is the Lizard Katrina 9000. This is by Miotto Modding, JA Modding, 4.42 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this under mulchers. So this is going to require 150 horsepower from your tractor, 9 metre working width, 21 mile an hour working speed. Really? That's ace. 25 grand to buy, no options, comes as it is. Now with the 9 metre working width, this is now the largest one in the mulching category, as far as I'm aware. Drop it in the comments below if there's a bigger one. My mind's gone blank. Anyway, we'll carry on. Even so, 9 metre at 21 mile an hour, that's ace. Brilliant. Right, next up is the Grime KS 5400. This is by Mephius and Ztour. 6.44 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under Potato Technology. So this is a home topper for you. It's going to require 107 horsepower from your tractor, 6 metre working width, 9 mile an hour working speed. Obviously, you've got the link there to trail it behind you, and then you come around the side, hook that part up where the PTO is poking out, up to the back of your tractor. 6 metre, that's twice as big as the base game one. That's like 3 metre the base game one. That's excellent. 23 grand to buy. The only option you've got is to change the colour of the wheels to black. Doubling up on a potato home topper, that is ace. Brilliant. Right, next up is the Unia Titan 6. This is by Karas Arek. 6.08 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under manure spreaders. So this starts off with a 7,000 litre capacity, 60 horsepower from your tractor requirement, 4 metre working width, 7 mile an hour working speed, 15,250 to buy. The options you got there, you can change the capacity. So we've got 8,500, 10,000, then back to 7. Excellent. Then you've got cover, no or yes. Puts a cover on the back. What about with the... Well, there's no cover for the back when you got the extension on. No, just on the smaller one. Okay. Then we've got setup for the wheels, standard, wide tyres, usual shenanigans on the go with that. Change the main colour, go over grey. Change the design colour, go over red. Well, it was already red, wasn't it? We'll go over yellow, that's better. Then obviously rim colour changes the rims. I mean, 4 metre working width on the manure spreader, that is rather small, mind you. Normally used to it shooting out a lot further than that. Okay, you got some small fields on the go. This could be very nice indeed for you. Right, next up is the series single offset discs. This is by JA Modding, 18.27 megabyte on the download. You're going to find them under plows. So you've got these 4 here. So the first one is a 3.9 metre, then you've got the second one is a 4.8, third one is a 6 metre, and then the fourth one is a 6.5 metre. So nothing too major on the size. I mean, that one's under 4 metres, mind you. And if you go into them, there's no options on any of them. Obviously, it just changes the horsepower requirement. So the 3.9 metre requires 115 horsepower and will work, if I put my teeth in, at 7 mile an hour, 32.5 grand to buy. You then got the 4.8 metre. It's going to require 170 horsepower from your tractor, 7 mile an hour working speed again, 18 grand to buy. What? What's going on there? You've got the 3.9, it's 32.5 grand, and then the 4.8 is 18 grand. And then the 5.9, well, basically 6 metre is only 22 grand. And then the 6.5 metre is 74 grand. I think those pricings are ridiculously off there. Obviously, these middle two are either undervalued, big style, or the 2N ones are overpriced. Alright, okay, carry on. So the 6 metre, 220 horsepower requirement for your tractor, 7 mile an hour working speed again. And then the 6.5 metre is 250 from your tractor. That is really strange. Why is that one like more than 3 times the price for only half a metre extra? And both of those two are still cheaper than the smallest one. Alright, we'll carry on. Right, so next up is the Profiline single axle. This is by Landmensch, 8.51 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this pack on the slurry tanks. So the first one we got there is the Profiline vacuum version, 54,050 to buy. So we go into there. 14,000 litre capacity, requires 120 horsepower from your tractor, 9 mile an hour working speed. And the options you got there are wheel brands and tyres, usual shenanigans on the go. Then we've got design, connection, 0. Connection and warning lights is going to be on the back. There you are. Well, beacon really, not warning light. Alright. Then we've got connection 90 with warning light. Oh, that's the connection on the pipe, isn't it? So 0 degree bend. 0 degree bend with beacon. 90 degree bend. 90 degree bend with beacon. Okay. We've got design, standard work lights, wide work lights, then back to standard, attaches, standard, 3-point long, then back to standard, capacity without suction arm, easy suction arm, which doesn't change the capacity, and then slidable suction arm, and then without suction arm again. Main colour, can have any one of those, changes the main tank. Design colour, we'll go for black. Changes the mud guards, fenders, that was it, not mud guards, fenders, dear oh dear, mine went blank then. Then rim colour, obviously any one of those changes the rims. So if we come out of that and we'll go into the next one, the Profiline screw pump version, 59,050. So This is going to have a 14,000 litre capacity again, requires 100 horsepower from your tractor, 9 mile an hour working speed. Obviously, it's got the same shenanigans on the go with the options. So what's the difference really? Requires less horsepower from your tractor, but it's got the same capacity. Okay. We'll go on to the next one then. The Profiline combined. So that's going to have a vacuum version and a screw pump. But then that requires 180 horsepower from your tractor. Well, surely, right, if you start off with the vacuum version, then the screw pump version is the better one. So less requirement from your tractor. Surely the combined would be even better. But all right, we'll carry on. Oh, same options as the previous two. Now, to go along with this, you've got this one here, the Moesha distributor. Interesting. So you hook this on the back, obviously on the back of that tanker. It's got a 7 meter working width, 10 mile an hour working speed, 2,800 to buy as standard. Then got the options there, 7 meter, 9 meter, 11 meter, then back to 7. Change the main colour, match it up with what you've got on your tanker. Then the design colour will be that bit at the back. Now also, we haven't finished yet. We've got the gooseneck distributor. That's interesting. Very interesting. It's got a 10 mile an hour working speed. It doesn't say how much of a working width it's got on it, mind you. Which is very random. You can change the main colour to match again. And obviously the design colour will do those bits there. But this is going to go on the back of it. So why hasn't it got a working width? Alright, we'll carry on. That's an alright pack apart from a few random things. They've got some slurry on the go or even digestate. This could be very nice indeed. Right, next up is the Marshall BC32. This is by ETA Le Mach... Oh, I'm going to apologise now. La Machoise. I'm so sorry if I've got that wrong. 2.52 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under Bale Loaders. So this is going to cost you 11 grand as a base version. And for some reason that come in as standard with a £360 option, which you can't get rid of. Okay, so basically the cheapest version you're going to get is 11,360. The options you got there are standard, back sideboard, and then standard. Then you got design without toolbox, with toolbox. That just puts that underneath. Then back without toolbox. Wheel setup, standard, wide tyres, and then standard again. Change the main colour to any one of those. Changes the main bed. Now, this being under Bale Loaders doesn't say anything about any auto load abilities. So we can only assume from that it's not. It's just the standard bale trailer. But if you're not into your auto load stuff, I mean, I know it's one of those Marmite subjects. Some people like it, some people don't. So if you don't like auto load, this is very nice indeed. Alright, next up we've got the Tata Phoenix. This is by Smetty. 12.05 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it on the trucks. So it's got a 462 horsepower engine, 49 mile an hour top speed. Starts off at 110 grand to buy. The options you got there are usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. Then got design, no or yes. Puts a little protective framework over the cab. Then attachers. So you've got standard, got trailer hitch round the back, and then we've got front and rear trailer hitch. That could be handy. And then back to standard. Engine setup. So it starts off at 462, but it doesn't change, to be fair, because the options you got there are manual and auto. Well, CVT gearbox, which is basically auto, and then back to manual. So it doesn't actually change the engine setup. Alright, we'll carry on. Main colour, obviously we'll go with a Massey Ferguson red. Looks like a fire engine now. Alright. And then change the rim colour to any one of those. Oh, fire engine with the pink wheels. Why not? Oh dear, oh dear. Ah, that's alright, that is. Very nice. Right, and our last mod for the day is the Ztour 62-7745. This is by Smetty again, 13.77 megawatt on the download. You're going to find it under small tractors. So it starts off with a 59 horsepower engine, 19 mile an hour top speed for 10 grand. That's quite cheap. Usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. I think it looks funny with the smaller ones. It looks like it's sitting back, mind you, but alright, you go with what you want. Mudguards, 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's turn around that way. That's better. We'll start again. Right, so 1, so little ones, 2, 3, and then back to 1. Front fenders, 1, 2, and then none, and then back to 1. Hood, or bonnet if you're in the UK like me. So 1, 2, 3, and then back to 1. In series, so it starts off on a 2UR1, then 92UR1, and back to 2UR1. We've got exhaust, so 1, 2, and then back to 1. Design, no, 1. What's that changing the stickers on the side, isn't it? So no design. So what changes on the 1? What around this side? Not a lot changes between the none and the 1, which is okay. Carry on. 2 puts the stickers on the roof. 3, and then back to no. Beacon, no, or yes, puts it on that side. And then attaches standard, 100 kilo front weight, 350, 3 point, then back to standard. And then we got front loader attacher, no, quickie, Hauer, and then no. Engine setup, so it starts off at 59, then it goes up to 66, 73, and 81. It maxes out at 81 with the 7745 turbo. Yeah, put a turbo on the end of the name, makes it go much faster. Having that turbo on the end, that adds 5 horsepower straight away, no problem. Then we've got the option to change the main colour there. Go for any one of those. We'll change the design colour. We'll go for red. Changes the roof. Then rim colour. Obviously does... Ooh, the rims. Chrome rims. Yes, why not? Ah, that's alright, that is. Obviously the boxy design. Older style. If you want to fit that into your roleplay, it'll be very nice indeed. That's the last mod for the day, so that's it. Done and dusted. Drop it in the comments below which one's your favourite, which one you're thinking of using. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, it's muchly appreciated. But for me, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.